Episode 62.
Anything you mention with labor rates will get a lot of people clicking on that to see what that's all about. Or shop supplies, any of those that are somewhat controversial, or everybody has a different opinion.
Welcome, aftermarketers, to Remarkable Results on Point, focusing on a single topic with a guest who goes on point with the subject matter. A warm welcome to Tom Ham, the owner of Automotive Management Network.com. Tom, are you ready to go on point?
Oh, absolutely. Let's go.
Hello, aftermarketers. This is Carm Capriato, and welcome to episode 62, a Remarkable Results on Point podcast featuring Tom Ham, owner of Automotive Management Network.com. Hey, it's favor time. I need your help. Would you take a short survey? Only 10 questions. That helps me understand my listening audience. It is short and to the point. I'll get to know you a lot better. I'm always looking to be sure the content we are producing is targeted to my listener, and it's easy to do. On the bottom of the home page on the remarkableresults.biz website, you'll see a survey button. I'm much obliged for this help. Now, Tom Ham, owner of an auto repair shop in Michigan since 1978. But Tom is on because in 2003, he created Automotive Management Network.com, which today has more than 10,000 members. Tom's wife, Deb, is the partner in both endeavors. Automotive Management Network is a free automotive aftermarket forum that is packed with management resources, articles, and discussions on almost any subject you can think of. Tom has held a Michigan mechanics license since 1975, but now spends his day managing the shop and the website. He has served as a board member with ASA Michigan, and over the years, he has created many systems, documents, and checklists to help with shop management. These can all be found on AutomotiveManagementNetwork.com, along with a wide variety of other shop management information. Tom is an expert in the area of shop management software systems. While he does not sell software systems, he writes extensively about them, how to shop for them, and which features to look for. There's even a section on live webinars. Really cool stuff. Enjoy the backstory of an important industry resource from Tom Ham and Automotive Management Network. Here we go. Well, Tom, why did you start Automotive Management Network?
I had participated in a lot of internet activity, primarily on IATN, starting in the mid to late 90s, and shop management topics were something that was covered on there, although we couldn't often get as specific as what I'd like to get. So it made sense to come up with something where we could get specific in a similar type format.
Got it. And when was this about? Tell me the aha moment that you said, hey, where is all this stuff going, and should I be the guy to do it?
I think at that point, the ease of using forum software was getting a little bit better for the common person. This was around 2003, something like that, or was a little bit more well-known.
Uh-huh.
And that allowed us to go in there and play with a little bit and experiment, and originally primarily focus on management software was the primarily the main thing that we were doing, and then we kind of expanded out from there. But a place dedicated to discussing management software was the original intent, and worked out good.
So who's the main audience? I mean, is it just shop owners? Is that who subscribes?
The vast majority of the members that we have are shop owners. And there's others that are managers, or service managers, and so on and so forth. But the typical member is a shop owner of an independent shop. We're mainly in North America, United States, and Canada, although there are members in about 140 countries.
It's amazing what you can find out on a website when you do some research. And I was surprised to see how many people around the world listen to the podcast myself. So, yeah, you're right. It's amazing how the internet reaches out there. So the site is free, Tom. Is it free forever? And I see you have a premium membership, and I get that. How does it all work?
It is free, and as with any subscription type site that's similar to this, the vast majority of the membership is going to be free, and then you're going to have a smaller percentage that will sometimes purchase a premium membership where there's access to other areas of the website to give them other benefits. But no, somebody can become a member, and they can get access to most of the forums and post in there and ask questions and interact and get to a great many things on the site, as you say, forever for no charge. Absolutely.
So what do you get if you subscribe to the premium? And I actually see it's not a whole heck of a lot of money. And you were kind enough to say, hey, Carm, here's a couple of days' worth of premium if you want to see what's going on there. And I have to tell you, I think some of the articles on the premium side are just excellent.
Most of the things on the site that we have done since its inception have come from suggestions from members. And I've always been a good one for creating documents and systems and checklists and policies and procedures, because that's just kind of my personality. And somebody suggested, why don't you put those on the site? Maybe you can charge a little bit for them to help finance the site. So we did. And there's a couple hundred, more than a couple hundred documents like that. And there's also a tip section. And those are they're short, concise, to the point tips that really give people a lot of information in a very short period of time. There's over a couple hundred of those. And I've had members specifically tell us the only reason they buy the premium membership is just so they could go through the tips. They just found it very useful. And as you say, the cost is very low. So, the 90 days is $29 and a year is $99. And nowadays in management, you don't have to get a whole lot of benefit to make that pay for itself rather rapidly.
Absolutely. I saw a great article on the premium side this morning as I was perusing my short, very free premium membership, and it was about the struggle that comes up for the holiday and how slow business is, and it was a great pointer, and I loved it. So do you mind if I ask you to share that?
Oh, absolutely, and that is a good example of the kind of thing that's on there. And you probably digested that whole thing in a matter of 30 seconds because it's very brief and it's just very much to the point.
Yeah.
And you often get with shop owners, and they'll talk about how it can be slow around the holidays, especially Christmas, New Year's. And one thing that we do, and it kind of came together in analyzing that, is, at least in our area, and I'm sure other areas of the country, there's a lot of college students that are coming home Thanksgiving, Christmas, that whole stretch there.
Sure. And
often with some cars that are pretty tired and really need some help. And to begin right now in October to touch bases with your customers who have those students, or even all your customers because they know somebody, et cetera, and say, hey, those cars are coming home. We're going to give a special deal to inspect that, check it out at a discounted price. We'll give you a discounted oil change. Come on in, we'll look it over so, Johnny and Susie can go back to college with a good, dependable car, and you don't have to worry about getting serviced 10 states away and who knows what's happening. And there's good potential there to get some just great average tickets, getting these cars all fixed up and providing a good service for them. So kind of everybody wins. And just a few of those tickets, especially in a smaller independent shop, can really make a difference in that slow time.
It sure can. And it's not like it's a unique idea, like someone's not done this before. But what I love about it is it's the kick in the butt that helps people say, oh, yeah, we did that a couple of years ago. But, it's probably, thanks a mil, Tom, for giving me a kick in the butt. Let's do that again. So there's nothing. It's kind of like that perpetual studency thing. You've always got to be reminded of certain things. How many active members do you have?
A little over 10,000. Well, there's a little over 10,000. Active is somewhat of a relative term. They'll come and go, and it's the kind of site where there's some people that will check on there every day or two. They want to find out everything that's going on, and then there's others who will only come in every several weeks or even every several months and just catch up, and then you don't see them for a long time. And then of course some kind of fade away for a very long time. But there's over 10,000 people that have joined, as far as shop owners and so on.
Which areas of your site get the most views?
I was actually thinking about that a little bit, and it's kind of a tough question to answer. The premium documents, the areas that we just talked about, the premium documents and the premium tips, do get some of the most activity. So it's those premium subscription members that probably are there the most, and they're getting the most benefit out of it. They come back anytime they need a new system. They'll check with us first.
I see.
As far as the forums and discussions go, when you get hot topics, controversial topics that are often something that is discussed, those always will generate some interest. Anything you mention with labor rates will get a lot of people clicking on that to see what that's all about, or shop supplies, any of those that are somewhat controversial, or everybody has a different opinion. Some of the areas that we've added, like the live webinar schedule, people check back there. We've added a gallery recently with pictures of shops of members. Everybody likes to see pictures of other shops.
Mm-hmm. But I do like that live webinar piece. And when I clicked on it, I was just amazed at the number of trainers that are offering their live webinars up to your subscription base. What a way to jump on and do some future planning. It's just a wonderful piece. And some of the forums, customer service, employees, expense control, and financial, I'm sure that thing must get a lot of buzz. Wow, 95 discussions just recently. And great stuff. Now, you had just mentioned something. If people want to buy a new system, they would check with us. And it's because you are an aficionado, you are an expert, you're passionate about management software. Give us some background.
I think that's more of a personality than anything else. We first went computerized in our shop in 1995, I believe. And a lot of shops didn't have software back then. Matter of fact, we were participating in online ordering. Even before that, 1992, 1993, where we had a dedicated computer terminal hooked up to the parts store right in our shop. And just there's so much that can be gained efficiency-wise, accuracy-wise, et cetera, with software and with systems, whether they're computer systems or other systems, that software just fascinates me from that standpoint. There's so much that you can do. And it just interests me, and anytime we get software, it's usually a relatively short period of time before I'm one of the more educated users on it, whoever the software provider is, because I'll go in every corner of it and sniff it all out, find out everything it has to offer. And there's a lot there.
Do you credit yourself to just being a super logical guy, and you could figure out how the if, what, this, then works inside the system?
Yeah, I would say that's fairly accurate. Now, if someone begins to talk about the techie side of it, when they start talking about writing code and all this kind of stuff, then I'm gone.
I get it. No, I get it. It's a practical application of making the software work to grow your business.
Right. When you look at a problem or an issue or something that's inefficient in the business, and you look at the software and say, how can we solve it with this software, that's where I love to come in.
Got it. Now, you say that people in the forum, when they're ready for that, do they put up a request? Do they just call you directly because they want your advice? They say, what's the latest that you know is available out there? Give me an idea of an interaction. Say I'm a shop owner and I'm looking for some new stuff, new software.
Yeah, what has happened in this, especially as we've accumulated more information, and keep in mind the forums are only a part of the website. There's a lot of information that's just constantly being added here, there, and everywhere on the website. There's a venture that's going on right now, referred to as the 100 must-have software features. And I believe we're up to about feature number 15 right now. So this is going to be a long process of going through these. And this is not simple stuff. A lot of this stuff is a little bit more complex. Mm-hmm. But we keep coming up with that information. So frankly, what most people do is they may not ask a question or contact us in a particular way. We don't get a lot of direct contact. But what they'll do is they'll read. They'll just go in there. They'll click on this. They'll read about that. What's this piece of information? What did he or she say? And then there is a little bit, obviously, they'll ask some questions, but there's just a lot of information there that people just come and read.
It sounds like a heck of a service that you're providing. Great stuff. Do you have a favorite forum subject that you love to post in?
Well, as we just talked about, software, certainly
okay.
Would definitely be one. There's a forum, efficiency and design. I love efficiency and things that you can do, because I think in general repair shops are very inefficient operations. There's so much that can be done. And where it ties into organization. Oh, the expenses. I like to get into expenses and the way that money can be saved, and marketing, especially visual marketing. By that I mean the facility and everything that consumer that the customer sees when they come to the facility or find out anything about it. All the visuals are something that I really enjoy getting into.
So how do you do this work-life balance thing with the shop, with the website? How do you get a chance to go to Florida?
Oh, well, we just have two places where we work and live, if you will, and it's just moving the office south a little bit.
I get it. Obviously, the web can be done, I guess, from anywhere, from a Dunkin' Donuts,
yes.
if you had to. But the shop, you got it running on its own, huh?
The shop, well, you have to have some. Obviously, you have to have some really good people. And we have some really good people. But beyond that, if you saw my office right now, at my office at the shop, there's two very large monitors, and I have that duplicated here at this desk, and we have cameras. There's a dozen cameras in the shop too, if you want to watch anything that's going on or kind of monitor that. And we're just tied into everything, so there's probably 80 to 90% of what I do in my office at the shop, I can do right here. Everything except walking out and shaking hands with a customer, I can do most of it. I can talk to customers. I can interact with parts vendors, et cetera, from here. They don't know where I am. So with technology nowadays, you can do so many things remotely.
I betcha. You've got a directory where companies are listed. I was pretty impressed with the number of companies that have gotten on board to say, hey, take a look at me. Are those free listings?
Yes, it's free for a company to be listed in there. There are, when you go into the directories, you'll see a few of them that have some larger, the listing is larger, it's at the top, it may include their logo, it includes a little more information about the company and so on. Those are paid. Those are people come in and they pay to be at the top in the first one seen, like
sure.
any other type of marketing. And then where it's after that, where it's just a simple line after that, are just free listings. Anybody is more than welcome to be on there.
Where's Automotive Management Network heading?
Boy, if I knew exactly, that would be really fun. Because where we were 2-3 years ago, I couldn't predict where we are right now.
Okay.
We try to stay very open, whether it's someone like yourself or anybody giving us input. What would you like to see? And then if it sounds, a lot of times it goes, oh yeah, that'd be a really cool idea. So we get together. We have some web geeks who do that geeky side of the part of it that we don't understand so well. And we just come up with the concepts, and they put it in play, and we go from there. So, whatever the management side of this business needs or would find beneficial, we will. We're more than happy to try. So, other than that, it's expanding on what's already there, and probably making the website more efficient, more easy to use, more user-friendly. I like things that are user-friendly and simple, because I think a lot of people really aren't into computers, and they want to be able to come on a website, find what they want quickly without a lot of fooling around and digging and trying to figure out where's this and all that. So we try to keep it simple.
Where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years?
Oh, same place I am right now.
Okay. You're not no ideas of slowing down.
Oh no, none whatsoever. You don't want to do that. You just you've got to philosophically, taking a little bit of a class that I did at one time, is you can look at it this way, especially in our modern age, is that we become adults somewhere around 20 years old or so, roughly, depending on the person. And with the way longevity and everything's been going, a lot of us nowadays, especially if we've already lived as long as maybe you or I have, we're probably going to live to be 90 or 100 years old. So you can take an adult and say, hey, you're 60 years old, so you're at halftime. You just spent the first 40 years, the first and second quarter of this game, figuring out how to do things. Now you're going to take all that wisdom, go in here at halftime, you're going to come out in the second half and really kick butt. So let's go. I mean, we're just getting warmed up. We don't want to retire now, for heaven's sake.
Love that attitude. Love that attitude. Perfect, man. All right, well, in 20 years, you and I have a date for another podcast for sure.
Oh, we got to do some in between there, too.
Well, great. I can't tell you how much I appreciate Tom Ham being on the podcast today, doing an on-point interview. He's the owner of Automotive Management Network.com. And if you've not visited that site as a business owner, you owe it to yourself. Tom, thanks for hanging out.
Absolutely. Oh, thanks for having me. I appreciate it very much.
Thanks for being on board to listen and learn from another inspiring aftermarket professional. Until next time.